Good evening, everybody. Welcome. This is Rachel Heisler Scheinfeld. I am recording this for you from our American Friends of Soroka Medical Center offices here in New York. I want to thank you so much for inviting me to speak with you this evening. Sorry I can't be there in person, and I want to give a special thank you to Carolyn Hathaway for her reaching out to us and great efforts in keeping informed and updated on the activities of Soroka Medical Center, and particularly on the activities of American Friends of Soroka Medical Center. So thank you so much. And I'm also delighted to wish a happy birthday to Art Siegel. I've heard a lot about your involvement over the years, over the decades in fact, of involvement with the sister city effort between Seattle and Beersheba, and we're just delighted and we're so thankful and appreciative of your ongoing interest and devotion to our wonderful city of Beersheba. And want to invite you to celebrate your next birthday in Beersheba and come visit us and see the hospital for yourself and see how much it's changed over the years or since you've been there last. So a couple of things. Thought I'd share with you some update on Soroka, which will also give you insight into the changes and exciting activities that are taking place right now in Beersheba, the city that you care about so much. From the Jewish community in Seattle's point of view, you care so much about Beersheba, and so here you go. First of all, Soroka is now the second largest hospital in Israel. It is certainly its busiest hospital in all of Israel, and I'll give you some numbers to help you quantify that. First of all, more than 16,000 babies are born in Soroka every single year. More than 500,000 outpatient visits take place at the hospital each year. More than 200,000 emergency room visits take place. We are by and far the busiest emergency room in the entire country. More than 11 million lab tests and more than 32,000 operations take place also in an average year in Soroka. We're also the largest employer in Beersheba with over 800 physicians and 1,600 nurses. So as you can tell, it's a huge and very, very busy place with a lot of very profound life-saving activity taking place each and every minute around the clock. So the population of Beersheba is slated to grow tremendously. Right now, Beersheba's population is 634,000 citizens, and it's predicted to grow by 180,000 by the year 2020 to 814,000. So why is it going to grow so markedly? Because of two very important trends in the region, and in fact impacting all of Israel. The Israel Defense Forces, the IDF, is right now moving bases, moving intelligence operations to the Negev. So Beersheba is going to grow by, I said, by 180,000. That's comprised of soldiers moving down, plus all of their young families that are coming down to support them, to live with them, and also the support that that entails for those soldiers that will now be based there. So it's a lot of young families, and Soroka's going to be required to grow to meet those needs and those challenges. So just to give you some more numbers, the entire south region of Beersheba and the entire Negev and the entire south will now have soon, by 2020, have a population of 1.25 million people. So that is a big increase and a big change. One other thing that's happening in the Beersheba area that is also spurring growth and will become more notable as it picks up some traction is a movement towards high tech. And there is a high tech park that's being built adjacent to the Soroka and Ben Gurion campuses, and the Israel overall is a powerhouse in high tech, and the government is focused on having in Be'er Sheva a cybersecurity center of excellence. So again, more young and highly skilled workers will be moving down to the south and to Be'er Sheva, and that is again why the hospital must be growing. So I want to share with you 4 major events that took place for us in recent months that I think you'll find very interesting. Starting with in March, something that was unique in all of Israel was a lobby event that was held in the Knesset that was led by a member of Knesset, Shimon Solomon. Shimon Solomon is a resident of the Be'er Sheva area, and he is an Ethiopian Jew who immigrated to Israel and rose through his career as a social worker and educator to become a leader in government, and now the member of Knesset for Yesh Atid. He's very aware of this disparity in healthcare between the whole of Israel and the south and the Be'er Sheva area, which is called, unfortunately, to many of you might have heard of this, it's called the periphery. So Be'er Sheva, from a healthcare point of view, an economic point of view, is known as the periphery, or the poor cousin. And he launched a lobby in Knesset that was attended by 4 cabinet ministers and about 20 members of Knesset to help launch the battle and the advocacy required to have the government send more resources down to Soroka, which will improve the lives of the citizens of Be'er Sheva. Number 2 is in April, this past April, at Soroka campus, we held a medical conference called New Frontiers in Cancer Research. This was our first of what will be an annual conference, and it was co-chaired by David Geffen of Be'er Sheva, who is our breast cancer oncologist and the head of breast cancer oncology at Soroka. His co-chair was Dr. Larry Norton, who is the head of breast cancer oncology at the Evelyn Lauder Center at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York. So we're very, very proud to have had major scientific collaboration at Soroka by very, very prominent cancer researchers and oncologists from one of the premier institutions in the world, Memorial Sloan Kettering, and we anticipate that partnership will continue, and plans are underway for next year's version of the conference. Something else happened, which is we received a very, very large grant for that will enable us to accelerate plans to build a rehabilitation hospital at Soroka. So until this point, we have been lacking a rehabilitation center. And if unfortunately you needed inpatient rehabilitation in the Negev, you would have to go up north. So very big hardship for the families of Be'er Sheva and of the Negev. So with this grant, we are immediately putting in place a plan to open first a wing for adult rehabilitation at Soroka, and ultimately we'll be setting forth plans to build a complete rehabilitation hospital. And on a more immediate and personal note, which will interest you, Americans, and particularly, that we here in New York just held our American Friends of Soroka Medical Center Gala. And the gala was focused on raising money to build a protected neonatal intensive care unit. So I'm sure you've heard in the news that while life in Be'er Sheva is quite calm and beautiful most of the time, we do about every month experience some threats of missile attack from Gaza. Given our proximity to Gaza, sometimes we're even targeted by these missiles, and that is why we need to build a new neonatal intensive care unit, which currently it's not protected, and every time that there's a threat of missile attack, we have to evacuate the infants, the neonates, at great risk. So we have this project to build a new NICU, and we had our gala here in New York. It was a beautiful and successful affair, and we raised money necessary to build one of those rooms. Now, it's a very large project. It's a $20 million project, so we're not quite ready to break ground on it yet, but we made some progress in the fundraising. And we also, at the same time, a few weeks earlier, had a very large fundraising event in Be'er Sheva, hosted by the hospital and in partnership with Israel Chemicals, which is one of our major local donors, to simultaneously launch the campaign to raise the funds necessary to build this new neonatal intensive care unit. So with that, I thank you for your patience. Thank you for your interest. We produce a newsletter here at American France, and I would love to send you all a copy. So if you're interested in receiving this copy, or if you'd like to be on our email list that gets updates, please, by all means, give your information to Carolyn, and we'll be in touch with you right away, sending you, regular updates that have pictures and a lot of interesting stories about the hospital. And she has my number, and you can feel free to call me and ask any questions. I'm here to spread the word. That is what I do here at American Friends of Soroka, is build awareness for our wonderful, wonderful healthcare institution. And very soon I'm going to have some videos that will be up on our website so that you could see and hear about our gala and hear from our very, very prominent speakers, which include Master of Ceremonies Dan Abrams, who's the legal expert on ABC, and also Rear Admiral Susan Blumenthal, who received our Stateswoman for Health Award for her distinguished career in global health. So Soroka is a remarkable institution. We have so much to be proud of, and I thank you for being a part of our story through your support and love and interest in Be'er Sheva, and wishing you all the best, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.